Hello everyone, this is Brackard again. Welcome back to episode 2 and everything. Let's get started and jump back into our adventure with Brackard the Explorer. Okay, so I have a couple things kind of listed out for today on what I'm kind of expecting to look forward on doing and everything. And on last episode, we went and grabbed our kill task for the ref down here in the Cave of Bree, which will also post another quest to grab an axe and a letter for his daughter over here, which will turn it back in shortly. There was also another quest that we picked up down here in that little barn, and that was just picking up little stones to bring back and get a little bit of an extra experience. Let's begin. Hope everyone's doing great today. Right, just a short little run. We could already see the rock down there. What I'm going to plan on doing is I'm going to do the stones first since it's outdoors and there's really no surface portal at the end of the Cave of Bree that kind of cycles back up. So it's just a lot of back and forth. So let's keep it linear and straightforward. Looks like we still got buffs and everything. And we'll have to learn some spells here soon to buff ourselves up and make life a little bit easier for us. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead, top these off, and call it good. Because who needs to run out of buffs mid-fight? I know I don't. Alright. Let's get smashing, or stabbing. Not smashing. We ain't smashing anytime soon. Ooh, look at that juicy hit. 43. Also, with these stones, you can see them kind of sitting on the ground. They kind of look like little loaves of bread. They also have a chance of dropping on the corpse. That's a nice little sell value here. Don't need anything, don't need anything. Not really. Otherwise, let's get picking up stones. I did not purchase the stamina kits like I wanted to originally. But we can always get that later. Just got to be careful and management our resources and make sure we don't get into a spot we don't want to be in. But luckily, this is such early gameplay, we don't really have to struggle too much. And even if we die, it's just a short run down the hill. Alright, that batch is done. See, there's the stone I was talking about dropping. I'm also going to pick up that stamina potion. That's going to be huge. Don't need the key, don't need that. Nope, nothing we need there. Alright, pick up another loaf. Bam, one shot. Love to see it. The one thing I love about this server is the nice little balancing of weapons. So if you choose not to use like any of the custom items or anything, you have the flexibility of going your own route and basically just creating a more harder challenge for yourself starting out. Well, respawn's already coming in. Gonna get spicy. Oh, let's heal up. Oh, failed that heal. Try again. Oh, we got lucky. After this kill, I'm gonna use that stamina potion just to give a little bit of a cushion. So we're not running into stamina issue. Oh, well, we don't even need it. Leveled. Get another stone. And these do stack, so you don't have to worry about having to hand 15 individual stones to the NPC up in the barn. All right, we're at 15. We're all done here. All right, let's get moving to our next objective. And I think after this one, we'll call this video done for the most part. And in the next episode, I'm going to try and keep it refrained to like each starting zone that we're going to travel to. And I think in the next area, I think we're going to go to Shoshi and do those 3 starter quests there. And also see if there's any customized quest in there that we can add into the mix, because who doesn't need a little bit of extra to keep you moving? All right, so remember, we got that kill task, so make sure we're clearing all 10 of these little critters as fast as possible. I'm also going to increase quickness and get a little extra oomph to our melee defense. And we move a little bit faster. Moving faster is always a plus. And thankfully that we started out as a melee character with 100 strength, we can kind of load ourselves down and not have to worry about, excuse me, getting burdened up too frequently. Now if I started like an archer or a mage or something like that, I usually start pretty low strength, and that kind of puts me into a little hot stake of constantly having to, nice little endurance, of having to constantly go back and sell in town. But we don't have to worry about that. All right. So we're up to 4 so far. We only need 6 more. We're going to finish this by the time we get back down to the axe. Won't take too terribly long. There's also a chest in here. Let's see what they got. Anything for us? Can't use a Legion rank 1. I've also thought about putting this character on one of my other characters just to basically utilize that experience pass up and everything. May as well. But it also gives me that Allegiant rank 1, so if we do have the need, we can use it in those type of situations. But it's also going to get me amongst the other Allegiance members for coordinated questing in the future, which will be exciting. Okay, so I like to go over here first for this letter over here. Just in this little corner over here. Ooh, you got me good. Nice little 9. Not gonna worry about healing that yet. All right. Also, at the beginning of the dungeon, I picked up that stamp, which we're going to use later for questing to get us our Explorer gear. I want to aim towards, I believe it's the helmet first after I get the spear, which will give me an armor buff, which will greatly help out for the leveling process, just for that natural damage incoming. There's another little chest in here, always worth checking to see what they have. Can I use it? No, I can't. Usually what that means is that spellcraft is the requirement of like arcane lore check, which when we look in here, only have 13. So if I beefed up my focus skill up a couple points, I could probably just naturally get it through the untrained, but I'm not going to do that right now. No need. All right. Tap that off. Take this corner right here, slide around, and then axe is right in here. Now, I don't know if this axe comes with anything special on it. It does not, so there's really no need to potentially save it or something like that. So if it had like a cleave or something like that and you wanted to use it on character. Not in this case. Now last video I kept saying /ls. I usually do the @ symbol, but the slash does work as well. You have both options. And if you're not sure, you do /help for the commands and kind of see an overview of what works best for you. All right, so I think that is all our stuff. Another thing, so these hides that I'm picking up is going to play a huge factor later on. There is a way to tinker this with I think it's like a yarn, some kind of whittling knife, and one other thing, and you make a little kit which increases the bag space another 6. So ultimately, when I apply these, I'm going to get 6, 12, 18, 24. So basically a whole brand new bag extra, which is going to be amazing for space management. All right. Alright, what about this? Letter from my father to my mother. Oh, and she wrote, it was in the redoubt as she was waiting for the end to come. This is, I cannot speak. It is so kind of you to return this to me to read his last words. Yeah, just a little bit of lore about her dad and getting her letter. Awesome stuff to kind of read into if you're really into that lore and want to basically take this as a story as a whole and just kind of do the whole thing as you wish. There's nothing really that trails on past it though, sadly. Alright, here's your stones, madame. Ooh, good chunk of XP. And it gave a weighted Tondo. So like I was saying, these quests have a chance to give you different things. So like this is a dagger technically, but it is made into a